Hi, I'm Alma and this is my Resources and ICT final exam video. Expert in digital educational content. It is a description of a good teacher linking the disciplinary knowledge, his disciplinary specialization, with the attribution of a pedagogical knowledge, which is the pedagogical content knowledge. Because to be a competent teacher who knows how to effectively use available technology to help students develop certain content-related skills, he or she must establish a relation between technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge with the disciplinary contents and technologies.
I would always keep myself informed about new technologies in education and I will do research on them. Also, I will use different sources such as blogs, online magazines, articles, documentaries, etc. on education and on technologies that I could find, for example, in the internet. Also, the students can use these tools for the same thing as well because I would recommend them the best websites to get informed. The other action I would take would be to create more online content for my students, so that they could use it both at home and in school, in this case through the digital boards. I would also use online presentation applications such as Geniali, Powtoon or even YouTube to create instructional videos for my students. These two actions would affect my teaching style in a positive way since it would allow me to establish a connection between the contents and the available technologies as well as the students will be.
Sensitive to the use of technology from the social commitment perspective. The teacher must to understand digital technologies as tools of the culture creating dimension and to recognize them as parts of student cultural production landscape and their immediate social environment. The teacher should be able to implement models of critical pedagogy of representation. The teacher, who should be aware of the potential of these technologies for social change, must serve as models to the student, encourage them in social action, discussion and decision making, and helping the school in the process of formation of critical, reflective and committed digital citizens.
My first action would be to give talks to the students about the correct use of new technologies, how they can be used to bring positive things to our society, to educate themselves and to meet people such as activists, and in general to promote and teach them how to be part of citizen participation processes. To do this, I would use social networks such as Twitter or others where we can find more citizen or social content such as campaigns, movements, or citizen or local projects. My second action would be to incorporate a little more in the social environment of the students, introducing TikTok as a tool and using it to create useful content for the class. It will make them more confident in their learning as it is an app that most students will know very well.
Able to use technology to expand teacher relationship with the student's family and environment. It means that the teacher has to be aware of the importance of communication with the families and the environment of the students, and to do so she has to make use of ICT. It is about the teacher in her role as a social being closest to the student, commit to the student and helping to coordinate the student's surroundings to provide positive experiences in social and human relations. Because family, school and community, neighborhood, friends, etc. are the basic social spheres of influence of young people, and therefore the interactions between these spheres must be coordinated and complementary for the education and good development of students.
The first thing I would do would be to establish contact with the students' families to keep them informed about schedules, exams, grades, homeworks, etc. and also extra school activities to be done. This will be done with the Edmodo tool to transmit the first type of information, the academic one, about exams, grade, etc., and with other applications such as Telegram or WhatsApp to transmit the second type of information about extra school activities. The second action would be to prepare after-school projects or activities in which parents are involved, such as a science week in which they can present projects with their family or a family costume contest, and also activities in agreement with local organizations or institutions such as a walk attended by the whole community. This would be important for families and for the community to begin to be involved in the students' learning processes, thus creating a greater family environment.
The elements that I will include in my PLE to continue learning about these specific elements are blogs, Geniali, Twitter, TikTok, WhatsApp, and Edmodo. It is an emergent form of knowledge that goes beyond all the three core components: content, pedagogy, and technology. Technological pedagogical content knowledge is an understanding that emerges from the interactions among these three elements. It is the basis of effective teaching with technology, requiring an understanding of the representation of concepts using technologies, pedagogical techniques that use technologies in constructive ways to teach content, knowledge of what makes concepts difficult or easy to learn and how technology can help to address some of the problems that students face, knowledge of students' prior knowledge and theories of epistemology.
A teacher who is giving his lesson on irregular verbs in English adapt the TPAC framework in it as it follows. In order to effectively transmit the content of the lesson, content knowledge is required. In addition to support his lessons, he uses online presentations and also online games to review the subject, applying the technological knowledge. Finally, in this teacher class, there is a girl with Down syndrome, so he will have to use his pedagogical knowledge to adjust the subject to her.
It is a concept opposed to that of virtual teaching and learning environments, since it is more related to what we understand by pedagogical approach to learning. When we refer to PLE, we are talking about where we learn and doing what we learn, as well as with whom we learn and how that relationship between giving and receiving is established with those people who help us learning. It is a set of tools, information, sources, connections, and activities that each person uses regularly to learn. The PLE would be organized in 3 types of tools, information, sources, and activities, and they are where we access to information, for example, where we read, where we modify the information, for example, where we reflect or create the information we have acquired, and with whom we relate to learn, that is our personal learning network, and also where we relate to those people, experiences, or personal relationships.
For example, if we want to carry out a group project, we must take into account all the sources of information, activities, and tools that we normally use to carry it out effectively. In addition, we can also take into account the personal learning environment of our colleagues for a better result and an enrichment of our PLE thanks to the collaboration of our colleagues.
An infographic is a visual interpretation of the texts themselves. It serves to explain concepts and present data in a more attractive and graphic way. In good infographics, images such as icons, graphs, bullets, maps take up more space than text, allowing us to understand all the information in around 3 minutes. Infographics have key elements like the content, which must be clear and concrete so that the information is quickly captured, the title, which will call the receptor's attention first, references, because it is good to indicate the source of the information to give credibility, and the design. You must let your imagination and creativity fly to produce very attractive designs.
During a diversity workshop for teachers at a school, they will learn about autism through an infographic. This infographic has been created with the app Canva and it has 2 main icons or drawings in it. The first drawing shows a series of tables with the main characteristics of the disease, what it is, at what age it appears, causes, treatments, among other things. The second drawing shows the symptoms of the disease as pieces of a puzzle that form the brain of a child. Through the infographic, teachers will be able to have a clearer and better understanding of the main aspects of autism before going deeper into the topic. In addition, they will remember the information much better thanks to the icons, drawings, and colors used.
It refers to a simple combination of both real and virtual worlds. Augmented reality is the integration of digital information with the user's environment in real time using the existing environment and overlays new information on top of it. Virtual worlds is computer generated. Researcher Boeing Thomas Cowdell coined this term to describe how the head-mounted displays that electricians use when assembling complicated wiring harness worked in 1990. Now, it has many uses such as the heads-up displays in car windshields. Also, augmented reality apps are written in special 3D programs that allow the developer to tie animation or contextual digital information in the computer program to an augmented reality marker in the real world. When a computing device's app receives digital information from a known marker, it begins to execute the marker's code and layer the correct images or images in the real environment.
The teacher is showing her students the anatomy of animals, specifically amphibians such as frogs. In the school, they don't have laboratory or the necessary tools to dissect animals, and this dissection can be unpleasant for some children. Therefore, the teacher decides to show the interior of a frog to her students through augmented reality. For doing that, they will use the MergeCube Explorer app and the MergeCube tool to be able to dissect a frog virtually. They will have a device with the app and the MergeCube tool for every 2 students. I think I deserve a 7 because even though it took me a while to make the video and understand some things, I managed to pull it off. I think that being the star and having to pass on the information we have done in our project or work to my classmates and my teachers. I believe that the hardest role for me was being the analyst and having to score all my colleagues' work.